Hello friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Embedded Talk. Today we will talk about installing or updating STM32WB Wireless Stack. So let's get started. Let's see what are the different methods of updating STM32WB Wireless Stack. So you can update your wireless stack using STM32Q programmer command line. So I hope you might be knowing the STM32Q programmer is a GUI by which you can update or you can flash STM32 MCUs. It comes with a GUI as well as with a command line interface. So the method what we are talking about is using the command line interface right now. And we can also use the GUI for sure to update the wireless stack of STM32WB. The third method, you can use STM32Q monitoring RF tool, which is a wonderful tool from ST Microelectronics by which you can do different RF tests. So we will cover in the separate video for this. And the fourth method could be using your mobile phone. So if you don't want to use any PC, you don't want to use any GUI, you want to update your wireless firmware stack in field, you can use your mobile app or you can use any BLE connection to update the wireless stack of your Bluetooth node. It may be other node also like Zigbee node, like your Thread node. As you know, STM32WB work for Zigbee, for Thread, for BLE, right? So by using these four methods, you can update any of these communication stack. In this video, we will cover STM32WB programming by STM32Q programmer command interface. Rest of the method we will cover in the coming videos. So I will request please like, subscribe, and also press the bell icon to get notification of the upcoming video. So why I'm just covering command line interface in this video, because it does not have any limitation like your other method has. So if you work with GUI, you use Cube Monitor, you use mobile, they have some limitation to update few things, and they may not be perfect for all application, but your command line interface is a perfect method which covers everything and does not have any limitation. But for sure, ST will come up with different methods like GUI method or RF monitoring method, and they will remove all the limitations which are there in those other methods. So we will wait, and when they will come with the new versions, we will see those versions, and I will come up with a new video covering all those points as well. So before we start with the actual hands-on, we need to have some softwares. So these are the prerequisite. So you need to have a STM32Q programmer version 2.4, which is the latest one as on date. You can also use the previous versions, but they may have some limitations. So I will recommend to use 2.4 and above, which may come in the coming future. You can also install STM32CubeMX version 6.0, which is the latest one as on date. You can install STM32Cube Monitor RF version 2.4. Again, it's optional. And you also need STM32Cube firmware package, which you can install either using STM32CubeMX or you can directly download from the st.com. Now let's see what are the different steps involved into wireless firmware stack update. So first we need to do the hardware setup. So we need to connect our hardware with our laptop. That we will see how we will do it. Then we need to delete the existing wireless stack. You don't worry, if you delete it, your chip will not die. You can still use your chip, because once you delete this firmware stack, this chip will have a backup before deleting it inside the chip itself. So your chip will work even though you delete the wireless stack. Then we will read the FUS version, which is a firmware upgrade services. So this firmware upgrade services is actually a secure firmware pre-installed by ST Microelectronics in every chip. The version of the FUS will be the initial version developed by ST. Then you need to update this firmware, which is FUS, to the latest version given by ST. So the purpose of this FUS is that once you update the firmware, you need to first authenticate that your firmware or wireless stack is authorized or actually delivered by ST itself. You cannot update any pirated or any corrupted or maybe any clone of the firmware stack. It makes sure that your firmware is actually authentic. Then you will do the update, FUS update. So if it is already updated, you no need to do it. If it is not, you need to update to the latest firmware. Then you will do the wireless firmware stack update. After this, if you want, you can also update your application code using the same method. Now let's see what are the hardware setup that we have to do. So there are two methods by which you can connect your hardware. One is using your system memory. System memory is a memory location inside the MCU where ST has preloaded a bootloader. So for this method, we will be using USB bootloader, which has the capability to update SUF as well as the wireless firmware stack, and also your application is code. The second method is using the ST-Link V2 or V3. So here you can see there is a limitation of ST-Link V2 or V3 that you cannot read the version of SFU using ST-Link V2 or V3. For sure, you can update the SFU if you already know the version which is installed inside the chip, but you cannot read the version. So this is a limitation of ST-Link V2 method, but I am sure ST will come with the solution of this as early as possible. Now let's see how you can update the wireless stack using USB bootloader. So for that you need to do some hardware setup before. So to do the hardware setup, you need to connect the boot 0 pin with the VDD. So if you are using PNucleo WB55, you can connect CN7 pin number 5, which is VDD, to CN7 pin number 7, which is boot 0 pin. So you will connect the boot 0 pin to VDD. Then you can connect the USB MCU jumper, which is JP1, and then you can connect your device with your PC using USB user connector. So let's see. So you need to first connect this boot VDD to boot 0, then you need to connect JP1 at this location, then you can connect the USB cable to the PC by USB user connector. If you are using PNucleo dongle, then you need to simply slide the SW2 switch to boot 0 equals to 1 location. So here you can see the arrow.